Hello. I hope you've all been keeping well during lockdown. I hope you've all been looking after your dogs and keeping them well. Now, for those of you who don't know I'm Maurice Newman. Among many things I do, I raise money for Great Ormond Street Hospital. And I'm going to say tonight, I hope you're all enjoying Flappers and very much enjoying it. Now, Flappers was filmed and produced by WAPPING ASSASSIN TV, and they've kindly donated it free of charge for me to try and raise money for my charity, Great Ormond Street Hospital, Gosh. Now, it costs a lot of money to produce these little films. It do cost money. It takes a lot of time and energy. Now, for me to go on and do another one up the north of England or in the Midlands, wherever you want it done, we'll come and do it. But we've got to try to get some sponsors from somewhere. We need sponsors. I can't keep on going to Assassin TV and saying, please, can you do another one for nothing? That can't happen. So they've done this one for me to try and raise a few quid for Great Ormond Street, my favourite charity, gosh. Now, for those who don't know, we ask every year to try and get a few quid this way and that way. Now, if you've got £1 or £2 you might be able to spare, and you like to donate, here's what you do, it's along the bottom. Now I'm going to thank you, before you do it, I'm going to say thank you. That's how confident I know you're going to back me. But now, if you want these shows to go on, and we will do it for you, we'll do it anywhere you like in the country. But as I say, it do cost money. If we can get some sponsors, we'll give you the best shows you want. You get in touch with Assassin TV, tell them what you want, and if it's within their power, they will do it. Now let me tell you something about Flappers. Flappers, we got together, a few old boys, right? And we wanted to go back to the past and let the youngsters of the day who watch know what the game was all about years ago. Now, funny things used to happen years ago that don't happen today, we all know that. But because we're old daddy doddies, I'm 85 as you know, we're still up to date. We know exactly what's going on every day of the week. And the game is at a funny position at the moment. We don't know whether we're going left or right, but hope we're going the right way. Get behind this game, back it 100% you can. I know it costs a lot of money for you to buy a dog, but try and get yourself into a syndicate. Get thoroughly enjoyed. Get it and make it a really sport again. It is a favourite sport of most of us. Look, we all go boxing, we go football and that, but we're dog people. And if you don't do it right with the dogs, you will have none. So now come on, we've got to go, we've got to pull together, right? Every trainer, every owner, every kennel kid have got to come and look after this game. And don't forget, not just the ones that are running today, the ones that we want who are just finishing their time, we want you to find them good homes. That's another thing, welfare. We want good homes for our grounds for years to come. But anyway, listen, I hope you're all enjoying yourself out there. I hope you're all trying to look after one another. And it won't be long before we're all back racing together at the tracks. Lovely to talk to you all. All the best, Maurice.
We was at Philip Chandler and Jack up in the Goodwood Lounge, and then remember a fella called Ori Fitch.
Ori
Fitch.
Horrible Ori.
I took him out there, and they hated him. He used to stand outside and have 6 bits of one for each race, didn't he, and sell them. He only got on the spoons and started doing. He was up in there, and he's doing the Philip Chandler, and he's doing the spoons out there. And Philip's gone to me, geez, take him away. Get rid of him.
We used to come out there and go in Charlie Chan's.
Charlie Chan's.
This was fast.
Cool, yeah.
Have you ever had any success at Call from Stone?
Yeah, we were in the final.
I think it was. I don't know now if it was
Stewards Cup you won.
Yeah, I think it was 3
Beat me
years.
in it in the final.
I think it was 3 years running. The same dog. It come out of Hackney Wick.
What was you winning?
Run on Terry.
Oh, yeah.
Remember him, Stan?
You know who owned it, John?
Roy Thompson.
No, he didn't.
No,
he didn't.
I forget who owned him now. I think it was 3 years running he won the Wolf.
Yeah, we went down to, what do you call it? Where Jippy had the place. We went down there with that, Run on Terry. It ran everywhere, that did.
Yeah.
It ran everywhere. Run on
I won
Terry,
that.
Maybe talk to me about the Chandlers. What you know?
Well, Philip, lovely people, and he used to come down to my wife's shop because Sharon, his girlfriend, used to have her hair done. Maureen used to cut her hair, and Philip used to he had Aston Martin there, always had Aston Martin in his park up, and he was all right. He was down to earth. We had a couple of results, a couple of puppy cups, and the circuit I won there with a dog, Frank Buchan's dog, and Alvin Martin and that. And they was always good to us. Got a table with Val. If you give Val a score,
give him a score, that was it.
Give him a score. I could get a table whatever night you wanted, really, because he had a spare one always, and you give it whoever give him the score first, you know. But Jack died just a little while after they sold it, because Philip was telling me he sort of died of a broken heart, that had nothing to do. You know, I know it sounds daft, but that he seemed to have nothing to do, Jack, and he was very upset, and he died. And then I was at Newmarket a few years just before Philip died with Philip, and he'd just come back from Mexico, and he was telling me all about it, and all of a sudden, 3 months later, I read in the paper he was died in his villa. It was a little bit funny about it.
Yeah, we went, me and Stan, we went to Francis's funeral, didn't we? Yeah. Francis, old mum.
Yeah.
But my mother used to sit with Francis and Mrs. the one who owns Temple Mills,
Not Mrs.
his
Stone.
wife, right? Martin, his name was, Davis Martin. Stan Martin's wife.
Martin, yeah.
She used to sit there, there'd be 3 of them. And you know where the tote is?
They had Magorna Reject, his mum, that's that
Yeah,
right?
I remember when he first raced that.
That's because my father-in-law mated a bitch to Magorna Rejects.
Yeah, well, Magorna Reject belonged to the girl chandler.
Francis, wasn't it?
And what happened was, she had an engagement, right?
Oh, right.
And they give her the dog.
Oh, right.
And then when they split up, give the dog back, and they called it Magorna Rejected.
Rejected.
Magorna Rejected, that's how the dog got its name. But my mum used to sit up there regular. There's a tote there, and underneath there was a little bar, do you remember? And then you went down to Charlie Chain.
Yeah.
The 3 of them used to sit in that corner. And the moment I'd done me money, I used to rush round there, get up by the tote,
Cop a few quid.
few quid off them up.
They had the children's playground by the kids. You could put them in a little playground with a swing set, and nobody would touch them. You know, there was always keep an eye on them there.
Well, you didn't need anyone then.
No.
I won 2 finals there, Steve.
You
Yeah, I won 2 finals. I won the Colesberg Marathon there. I won the Coombs Test there. And the Coombs Test was a funny story, Steve. He was a dog called Paul Ray. Beautiful big black dog. Yeah.
Beautiful
It
black
cost
dog.
me 700 Irish punts at the time.
Dickie
And I
Wordsworth,
brought him back, Dickie Wordsworth, yeah.
Dickie Wordsworth.
I won 34 open races with him. I ran him in the Coombs Test. I think it was a Thursday night, the final, an unusual night. Anyway, the following week, the owner wanted to take it to a flapping track, Cobridge, up in Stoke. I don't know if you ever went there, Mo.
I went
Cobridge,
there,
is it?
didn't I?
Cobridge?
Yeah,
Cobridge. So, gone there.
Pushed down the rain.
I'd gone there with Dougie Taplin and Taxi Bill. So, took the dog in. Dougie's going to walk the dog around because he could walk the dog, and Taxi Bill was a good gambler. So, we won that 200 quid on between them. So, not a lot of money. Looked the dogs in the paddock, and the usual thing, local fella come up and said, "You won't beat this bitch here. She's unbeatable around here over a journey. It's 640 yards. So I said, "Oh yeah." So he looked like a Rolls Royce, the dog, a handsome looking dog. Like a seal, you could see your face in his coat. Beautiful dog. And you look at the other old thing, you think, how can that be? It can't happen. So anyway, Doug is walking the dog around. Me and Bill go up to the bookmakers, about 4 bookmakers there. So I'll give him £100. I ain't never been there in my life. I don't know what sort of bet you could have. So I'll give Bill £100. I've got £100. I've gone up, they put up 4 to 1. So I've gone up, said 450s, and see if he'd have took it. He said, "Do you want any more, mate?" So I said, "Can you have 800? 800 to 4, 800 to 2, whatever it is." So he said, "Yeah, you've got it." So I called Bill up here. Bill, give him the money. The dog won 25 lengths. It won the distance. You never see nothing like it. Yeah. The dog won the Coombs Test the week before, and it's running up there against rabbits. 4 to 1. Unbelievable. Anyway, I go up to the gym sort of regular, every now and again, and have a sit in the sauna. And Tom comes in there now and again. You know, John's away in Kenya or somewhere.
Yeah, he's all right.
So he tells me the old stories, Tom. And he, you know, they're completely opposite. Although they're twins, they were completely opposite. One was a flamboyant and lay anything, and the other one was a penny pincher, sort of. Tom Money, yeah.
One was tall and thin, the other was short and fat.
But he told me his story. He said they got to Wembley one night. He said, I'm late getting there, Tom. Yeah, and John's gone up on the stall, wasn't he? And he's laid Dartnell a £15,000 bet to 11 to 4 or something like that, you know. Yeah, anyway, I know they're doing 32.5 grand or something by the time Tom's got there. He's gone mad, and he said, we had to slaughter him all night long to get the money back. He said, we just done a couple of grand at the end. He said, but that Dartnell, he said, he done us again. 15 grand about 11 to 4. The first race on the card.
I had a bitch. I went to Scotland with Gino when he won the Mungo Cup. And there was a chap there, he was talking about he had this bitch he gave good money for her in Ireland. And he can't get her going, she can't do grading time at Shawfield or Powderall. Would I have a look at her? I said, Jesus, it's 11, 12 o'clock at night. I said, wait till the final, the night of the final, and I'll go and have a look. So they got pissed up when the final went, and Gino won the final of the Mungo Cup. So I went round their place. She was cowered up in the corner in the kennel. I said, that'll do me. He says, why is that? I said, I'm gifted with nervous bitches. So his wife didn't want to part with her. So I said, bring her, we'll have a look, and I'll let you know within a month. Took her down, give her a trial run, and then useless. So I thought, to look at her, she's classic bitch, you know. So can't find, there's not a blemish on her, you know. So give her a trial run, Catford. She run round there, done a moderate time. Put her around there again. The Scurry Cup was coming up. I know Robert Hennigan, the twins, was the manager there. I went up, Robert, I said, do us a favour, Robert, put that in the Scurry. There again, the same as it was the other place, you're fucking mad. It's never at a race. I said, put it in there. He said, well, I'll be on. I said, we'll see what the price is. It's true. So I said, all right. So now we're schooled her well round Ochenden. So I gone there, she led in the first round, got picked up, third. Next round, she had 4 runs in the Scurry then. Third. So I've said to Robert, and upstairs at the first round, I'll never forget it, he come up to me when he was having, remember he sit upstairs having a cup of tea there at the high bar. Yeah. He said, do you fancy that? I said, I'll tell you what I'll do, she's 33 to 1 down there. I'll have a pony on for you to the odds. You give me red box every round. I can't do that. I said, well, you're the manager. This is the truth. And I got trapped 1 in every round. In the final there was 6 railers. I'll never forget it. He stood out in the middle of the track and done the draw. As they come out, that's the draw. Trap 1, Ready Rubbed. Ready Rubbed was her name. She blew the lids, and every post was a winning one in the final. They're all screaming, it'll get caught in a minute. I said, not tonight, she don't. Not tonight, she don't.
Robert Hennigan, the twin. Yeah,
I won three Scurry Cups. 2, what's the name? What do they call it?
Greenwich Cups.
Greenwich. And what's the other one?
And the other one was the circuit, wasn't it? No, the silver vase or something, wasn't it?
Gold collar.
Did what? No, I did
when we won the Ben Truman Marathon around there. I had Poor Sue and Poor Andy in the same race. We backed them both anti-post. Poor Sue was obviously big short price favourite, but the outside of the two, it was up deep in mud, and it was big camber at Catford, as you probably know. The inside, it get bogged down, but the outside runs a bit better. And of course, Poor Annie was a bigger bitch than Poor Sue. Poor Sue was on the inside, and Poor Annie got up to beat her. He was moaning like mad, you know. I think they took about 6.5 grand off him that night, but he did complain. But next day he rings up, well done. He's on the spur of the moment, he just gets the hump. He thinks you've had him over, like you've had the other one no good.
What about Boxing Day morning when I beat you?
Yeah.
Poor Sue.
Oh,
what price was Poor Sue?
Oh,
massive odds on.
Yeah.
I did
poor old Pep.
Andy Harris's.
Yeah.
And I told him back, I said, this dog will win the boxing. What was it? Boxing Day Marathon?
Boxing Day Marathon, yeah.
I said he'll win it. No, he can't. I said, in the day of the final, I said, have a right press up. It's snowing out of the heavens, wasn't it?
Snowing again.
Bang, he blew the lids.
Yeah, she was unlucky around there with that camera drawn on the inside. But
I think the Boxing Day racing there, we took a bitch there, John. You remember? Well, you remember Fawn Palace.
Oh, Fawn
Palace. And we took her there. Fawn
Potter's
Potter.
He bred them, didn't he?
Well, yeah, I took it. Michael somebody. Michael from the Palace town or something. Anyway, we took her there, and Humphreys took a big bet off us. Took $3,000. Well, it wasn't a big fair bet. $3,000. Yeah.
Like a lot of money.
Took $3,000. I'll give him it beforehand, John. Give him it beforehand. Bear in mind. Anyway, it was Boxing Day, same thing, and she won by I don't know 5 or 6 yards. And I went back with her, and John paid out, and I asked him. I said, if she's not too well tonight, would you give us a bit of you? A bit of what she gets. No, I won't. He went. I said, oh fuck it, then she's all right. Do you know what I mean? And we won again. But that was John, and I was at a wedding or something with him, and he was. He's always been a decent bloke as well, really, John.
But we had a dog when she couldn't get a license. We had one we bred. You ended up with it, Skellig Silver. Anyway, hella pacey, wasn't he, John? He could bomb it. Anyway, I've got this man. I'm using his name. No names mentioned, but I used him. And then I've got it all ready. So we had 2 days we never see him because he was quite away from us. Anyway, I've got the dog ready. I said, well, we'll meet you there. All right. We go in there. We wait. He's gone and weighed in. He's come in. He said, oh, all right. I said, yeah. I said, if this wins, I said, he wanted a fridge freezer, didn't he? He had no money. I said, I'll buy you a brand new fridge freezer. This one. He said, I said, yeah, because... Oh, cheers, Ian, cheers. Anyway, the race comes out, we're all pissed out and champagne, having a laugh. In them days, money was easy to get hold of, wasn't it? Anyway, he comes back, the dog bang out the hole, coming home, because he was a sprinter really, wasn't he? And he's dying on his feet. But this dog's gone like that to him, pushed him over the line. I thought, fuck, I've had $6,500 to $1,000. I thought, fuck it. And it was Humphreys. Humphreys paid me. He said, well done. We goes back in, go on champagne again. We're having a laugh. And a bottle of champagne was only about £10, £8. Anyway, go on. He comes in, he said, all right. I said, yeah, you get your fridge freezer, don't worry about it. Oh, cheers, Ian, thanks for that. He said, this is true. What do vets know? I said, what do you mean? He said he's turned around and told me he's got tonsillitis and his tonsils are up like balls, he should have pulled it out. I said, oh, did he? Fucking hell, you can. I've had the grand on. There's a lot of money then. Yeah. And now he's told me that afterwards. All right, he did win, but it could have gone the other way. He just wanted the fridge freezer. But Humphreys paid me straight on cash.
Tell me about the night with Miss Microchipped, when you had the two of them.
Oh, dear. Yeah, I had 3 marathon bitches, probably 3 of the top 10 in the country at the time. Poor Sue, Poor Annie, and a bitch called Miss Microchip. Miss Microchip was owned by 2 big gamblers, one of the cod grubbers, were the good gamblers. They followed me all around the country, back in Poor Sue, don't matter if it's 2 on or 3 on, and they'd lump on, you'd have 2 or 3 grand on, get a week's wages. So they said, here, give our bitch a chance somewhere, find a race for her. So I said, all right. So I said, I looked in the calendar, there's one at Norton Keynes. I thought, well, I looked at the results the week before, and a mate of mine had broke the track record there over a marathon, and it was about 3 on. So I thought, well, he ain't going to go back there again this week. He ain't going to get no prize or nothing that. So entered Miss Microchip there, get the runners, who's in the race? His dog. I thought, oh dear. I said to the boys, you can't beat this. So he said, all right. He said, well, what can we do? I said, well, there's not a lot you can do. I said, we just can't beat it. It's a different class to us. So he said, all right. He said, we'll go there anyway. So he's come up there. He said, we're back to favourite then. I said, well, it's up to you. Anyway. The heavens poured down all afternoon. Heavens poured down. Anyway, these bitches opened up 3 on. And the boys have gone in. They've had 4 or 5 grand on altogether on the favourite. They've backed it to 6 on. Anyway, gone in the traps. I've walked it myself. Gone up there. Anyway, traps open. She's gone bing out the boxes. Now, I'm looking at her in front, but I'm looking where the favourite is. I want the favourite to win bad. She's getting knocked up in the air everywhere. And about halfway round, it's still about 10 behind. I thought, please stop, please. Anyway, around the last bend, it's still about 4 in front. All of a sudden, the favourite's got loose and flying up the home turn, photo finish. I thought, please don't win. It's the only time you want to get beat. Anyway, the winner, our one. Would the winning connections please come to the podium? So, gone to the podium, I'm walking it, so put her on the podium, the 2 owners come up, and they give me an egg cup like this, an egg cup, and he's holding the egg cup, and the geezer saying, please smile, was for the cameras. And the owner, Coddy, said, this has got to be Ming to get me out of trouble, he said.
Talking about it now, we took a bitch called Micro Miss, a black bitch. Taylor owned it under his name, and I was training it. And he'd gone to me a little while before this, 3 weeks before. He said, I need some money. I need about, I don't know, it was about 35 grand he wanted for this, to buy this thing in Greece or something. I can't say what it was, but it was something in Greece. Anyway, I said, well, give us 3 weeks, I've got to get this bitch ready. And she was a decent bitch as well. So we got her ready, entered her for 660 maiden. And it was the night that Premier Fancy went to the first bend and broke his leg. We was on the next race. So they was all doing that. We had a black bitch. Anyway, we had 8-1, and it took 5 grand we had on. And with the bookmakers all separate. Anyway, we took it off, and he had a mate there, Taylor, and I got 7-1, and he got 8-1, his mate. And but all of us, Big Mel owned it, whose granddaughter was that singer now, Celeste. Yeah. Anyway, and Carpet, remember the Carpet? Yeah. The Carpet owned a share of her, and we all had a gamble and took 40 large out of the ring. That won it. And that weren't bad, was it?
No, good thing. Any other stories?
Well, I think, we won the Oats there with Charlie, and like, when they're presenting the trophy, William Hills sponsored it, and at the time then, Perky won 6 grand, and as she's giving us the trophy, she said, and I'd like to say, William Hills are sponsoring next year, and it'd be 12,000 to the winner. I thought, yeah, that's fucking nice, isn't it?
Lovely,
isn't it? How nice is that, yeah. We've gone 6, and now she's telling you next year it's 12. Jesus
I never get the
Christ.
night at Oxford when I won the Trainers' Championship.
Oh, yeah.
You give him some flack that night. That's the night they pulled the hair on me. In the
that
first
was
2
with
races.
Skellig Silver.
They pulled the hair in the first 2 races. I told you, tell me, Jeff Mulder. He come up and he said, don't stand for that, John. I said, what? So I went upstairs to see the hairdryer. Do you remember him?
Yeah, we come over
He was
from
going to come
Ireland.
up with me. I said, I'll throw you straight out the window if you do that again. I was 3 or 4 in front, got in the first bend. The Yankee pulled him off the track, the first 2.
Had a grand on it. He put it on, didn't he?
Seamus Coleman.
Oh,
We trained at Swindon, and we had a bet one day, and we just come back from we got the licence, and we was there training, and something was wrong with our van or whatever, so we had to borrow my mum's Mini, and we set up a bet, me and Ian. Oh my God! So we had to go round in our Mini trying to put all these bets on. So anyway, we put the bets on. We had 3 runners, and one of them was in an open. And the favourite for the open was a dog called Chairman Mac.
Chairman Mac.
Yeah, and they could not see it getting beat. And we had a dog called Silverview. I can't remember what was it. Save or was
No,
Silverview Pennar. So we had our dog Silverview Pennar, and then we had Silverview Carl and Silverview Sydney. And they was the 3 bets, doubles and trebles, and it come off. And we was going home, and I said to Ian, I wonder if we've hit a back limit. No, he said, you can't hit a limit because we've got an open.
The one was open.
So anyway, we goes to collect the money, couldn't collect it. You've hit a limit.
Really?
Yeah.
And
We had that.
Yeah,
Oh,
we
to
would not.
seal.
We had to wait to screen
We
seal.
had that. Tony was on the
45
front.
grand we took.
He was on the front of the paper, Tony Dark, right? Linda Jones had 3 dogs in the opens at Walthamstow, and I had 2 at Mildenhall. Tony Dark had a 5-timer. That's when they got the 180 odd grand, and they tried to cut it because I had the dogs at Mildenhall, like you, tucked the 80 track. They wouldn't pay on the full wet. So Tony lost a bit of that. He went out and bought that new mobile low motor and everything else. But that was done to us. He had 5 lovely winners. They knocked a chunk off because my 2 was at Mildenhall.
Different grades.
Well, I tell you what, we went to Swindon one night when the Tawfiq Ali, do you remember Ali? Tawfiq Ali? The Arabs. Anyway, they had a dog called Lodge Prince here, just down the clock at Wimbledon.
Toffee Alley.
Gary Beggs. Gary Beggs had the dog.
I'll tell you another story about it in a minute.
And anyway, we goes to there, and I hadn't had this dog a lot, and I got him ready for this race. And he wanted red box, this dog, this black dog, Damien. So I gets red, Daly's goals in 6, and Lodge Prince is in 3. So it's a fair old field. we've had the down Tortic galleys pulled up in a Rolls Royce with all these mob backing out of it. We're up in the bar having a drink. So, fucking hell, you've got it to do here, Lodge, but it's just done the clock, you know what I mean? And even though you fancy you've done your bit, you still think me. Had it on, and he bang, it's won. This was Cheltenham meeting when they had the Cheltenham March. And Tawfiq Al-Ali come up the bar, he was always a flash bastard, wasn't he? And I went to him, all right, like champagne? I said, we ain't fucking getting none. You know, it's like the one. But he had loads of, I mean, he can buy and sell you like that, but, you know.
Mick, I was with you one day, and we were sitting there, I don't know who the Trials was, and Gary Beggs was there with Toffee Alley.
Yeah.
Oh dear, oh dear. Yeah. Oh dear. It looked like it was going to be the fight of the century. Yeah, oh, they got it. Oh dear.
Baggsy.
What was that over?
Well, that was about Carrageen Chimes.
That was it, yeah.
And we was running against it, and he said, so. And I went to him, well, you ain't run against any fucking good dogs yet, so don't worry.
About the night you towed me home, where was we that night? The two little tracks that were right on top of one another. Oh dear.
Flaps?
Yeah, two flaps, right on top of one another. You could do both of them. Sidney Mead owned one of them.
Oh, March.
Wisbeach.
Well, we was at March. Yeah, Wisbeach, but we was at March this night, right?
That's when he said there's no red light in the dog. He went out the track and said, give me the red light.
Put you on there, Big John, a fella called
No. Sidney Mead had owned the place.
Anyway, we're at March. Dogs won. I'm in my motor, they're in their motor. Come out, fucking motor won't start. John said, I'll tow you back home to Ockenden. Jimmy Lindsay sat next to me, and I'm behind, and I'm on tow behind him. We're coming, I'm not joking, 80 mile an hour.
That's right, yeah.
80 mile an hour. I'm like that. I was as white as this, honestly, all the way along. Jimmy Lindsay's down there. I said, we're doing that, because we fucking hit him. I want to get worse if we're down there, get back up, right? We come round, as we come up the M11 to go round to Oxford. He didn't even slow down, went straight round.
He was a mad driver, wasn't he?
What about another told, what's his name, Dearman home?
What, about the night you was going around the place.
Yeah, but Dearman got a brilliant roundabout. Dearman's gone with a swing round a wide turn. Dearman's gone up.
He went over it, went right. Yeah, no, I was in there with him.
He's on a tow rope.
That day when he dropped, do you remember when he dropped me at Anger Lane, Silkman, in that Citroen? I come over with Dickie Brennan, stayed at yours. Yeah. I said, and I stayed at his because we had dogs there then. I said to Barry, drop us off at the train station so I can get the tube and get back up to the airport. Yeah, I'll drop you there. Car, that Citroen again. So we were in the middle of Anger Lane. He went, you have to get out here. I said, how can I get out here? He said, get out. He said, jump over. Well, he's got my suitcase on my roof. He's got my suitcase out of the car.
Threw it over.
Threw it over like that, picked me up,
and then he threw
me over. I went, well, I just thought, what has he done to me? And I'm just going down the bottom of the freaking stairs of Anger Lane, freaking tube station. Yeah. Jesus Christ.
About the day you was coming back from the straight, you and Dearman, as the race, having a race coming down.
No, that was coming from, what's his name? Southall.
Southall, yeah, Southall.
Dearman bet me and raced me home.
Southall, right?
I said,
you're right. Had a bet coming home.
The next thing, down the road I've gone. Dearman's gone one way and I've gone another. The next thing I've seen, the law's got Dearman. And as I went past, he said, here he goes! The fucking man, he's got a machine gun, he's going to shoot me. The law's chasing me.
He said, yeah, Bill, he did, John. He went up to that ginger bastard in that motor, he said, the gun, he was going to shoot me. Because I said, well, he said, get out of him, that's the one you want. He said, oh, because I was speeding, he said, trying to get away from him.
They let down laugh. And then the calf one morning in the dock, and then I used to take the lads down on Saturday morning. I said, treat them like when they get finished early for the breakfast in the calf there and cup of tea and that on the bend.
Right on the bend,
yeah. A fishing lake, wasn't it?
Yeah. Just got down there, just sitting down eating my lovely breakfast. Just one of the lads was running, quick John, you better come with Barry. Someone's attacking him and all the dogs. Drove over the top of him with a motor. Because he was having a dog with some fella that was inside, his wife.
Yeah.
You know, and the geezer give orders down Silkman. Of course, we come flying up the road, there's Barry, and the dogs has gone all over, running everywhere. Where's this geezer? He's got out of the motor, and he's legged it, and he's gone into the the swimming in the swimming pool, the big lake there, and he swim out to the island there. You know where the farm is? He's out there. Now the laws come. He's got to get the law because like Silpan was in a turbo state, and the laws come and they've got the dogs and everything, and they told you, man, swim back or the dogs will come bring you back. You know, so the kids come back. Oh, there was war over it.
Thanks for bringing him up, Tony. He wouldn't have got here about you, so thank you for coming up. Appreciate it. Lovely to see you.
Pleasure.
Nice to see you, fella.
Nice to see all the old faces.
Yeah, nice to see everyone.
Lovely to come up.
We don't get together, no
Nice
opens.
to see Shawnee up here today. He's personally come up with us. John's flown over especially from Ireland. Thank you, John.
Welcome, Maurice.
Mickey should have been out in Hollywood filming, but he took time to come here today. Thank you, Mick. And Stan,
He lost
with
his
me
hair.
every day, so it doesn't matter.
My old mate here is 85 coming up, and he don't look a day too old. God bless him.
Track number 4, we have Castle Line Unique, weighing 33.9, track number 3. Sorry, track 5.
You know, the pup has just improved, you know, out of all proportion this year, and he's what we call a very intelligent job. I mean, obviously he hasn't won a heat round here, but he needs to look at a track a few times before he produces his best run, and like, he seems to be one of them dogs when you get him to a final and he thrives on quick runs. We don't know.
great dog, and he's easy to train. He's a lovely dog and brilliant.
So the training,
he trains himself. Feed him. That's all you got to do.
And new track record.
Great. Well, the track's good. It's a brilliant track. Everything's right. It's a nice night. Atmosphere's nice. Track records will only go on fast tracks when the conditions are right. And they were right tonight. And he's come away. That says it all, really.
It's quite a way even for a dog.
Well, it's not the distance. It's the time it takes, really. It takes us 4 or 5 hours, but he travels better than we do. He lays down and goes to sleep, and when we get here, we have to virtually wake him up to come out of the car. And obviously, that is a great asset, and we knew that before we came. You know, we knew he was a great traveller, and that's why we came. His temperament is perfect.
Steady out of for us. Hold him, ladies and gentlemen.
very good dog. Very good dog. We've had a lot of worry in 2 weeks. Not with him, with what's been over the kennel, you know. All the dogs getting sick and fingers crossed every day and sleepless nights, but it was all worth it.
Great night.
20 yards from the line, it was worth it.
Unbelievable. Absolutely unbelievable. Dave Chapman, Can you manage that? Do you want some help with that bottle later on?
This is actually a false one. They've told us the real one's being delivered now, and we're going to go and open it tonight.
Is that a promise?
That's definitely a promise. That's definitely a promise. That's going to go tonight.
It's come to the end of the series for the moment. Now, I hope you've thoroughly enjoyed it. And don't forget, we will go anywhere and we will film again. Whatever you want, the North, the South, the Midlands. All we need is one or two nice little sponsors. We can't keep on going back to WAPPING TV and asking them to sponsor. We just can't keep going back. It costs them too much money. But if you're going to come with us and we want to go on another journey, just get in touch and it'll be our pleasure. Thanks for the viewing. Hope you thoroughly enjoyed it. All the best. Keep yourself well. All the best, Maurice Newman.